My dear brothers and sisters in the risen Lord, the season of Christmas, Thursday, 36/12/2024. Saint Stephen, the blood of martyrs is a seed of Christianity, said by Tertullian. St. Augustine, in his book, The City of God, relates many miracles attributed to St. Stephen. One of the miracles which he related is about the story of a famous man named Martial, who was an unbeliever and who absolutely refused to be converted. This man fell gravely ill, and his son-in-law, a devout Christian, went to the church of St. Stephen and took some flowers from the altar and placed them secretly on the bed near his father-in-law's head. The sick man slept on them, and when he awoke at the break of the dawn, called out that someone should go and bring the bishop to him. The bishop was not at home, but another priest came to Martial's beside. Martial declared that he now believed and asked to be baptized. Thereafter, as long as he believed, he repeated the words, "Christ, receive my spirit," not knowing that these were St. Stephen's last words. Today, my dear brothers and sisters, we celebrate the feast of St. Stephen, the first martyr. By being the first martyr who shed his blood for Christ, for the gospel in which he believed. St. Stephen set an example of zeal in suffering for Christ. He was one of the 7 deacons ordained by the apostle to the ministry of serving the people. He was full of grace and wisdom, and he did great signs and wonders among the people. St. Augustine relates that Stephen raised 6 dead persons to life. 6 dead persons to life. Cured many who are suffering from various illness, and performed many other worthy miracles. The Jews, being zealous of him, wanted to discredit him. They joined issues with him in 3 ways. First, by arguments. 2, by false witness. And third, by torturing him. He won over their arguments, convicted their false witnesses, and triumphed over his tortures. Let's note the first one. St. Stephen won over their arguments. He pleaded the cause of Christianity eloquently against who opposed it. He was selected by the apostle to represent them in arguing against those Jews who tried to run down on the good news of Christ. He was a thoroughbred scholar who proved more than a match for the adversaries of Christ. Some scholars think that Stephen was trained under Gamaliel, the famed teacher of Saul, Later, Saul becomes in Paul, and Saul and his companions treated him as a deserter and made up their mind to attack him, and they were the ones who finally stoned him. Since Stephen was so vehement and elegant in his arguments that Jesus was the Christ, that his enemies could not neither support their arguments nor could they defeat Stephen's. They were no match for the wisdom and Spirit of God which spoke through him. Second, since Stephen convicted their false witness, when the enemies of Stephen could not defeat him as a disputant, they tried to label him as a criminal. They dragged him into the council and brought two false witnesses to accuse him. They accused him with 4 blasphemies: 1 against God, 2 against Moses, 3 against the law, 4 against the temple. When his accusers in the council, the priests, the scribes, and the elders looked at Stephen, his face shone like the face of an angel. Those who are accused usually reflect on their face either fear or guilt. But since Stephen's face exhibited fearlessness and innocence of an angel, he spoke the truth and feared no man except God. By his eloquent defense, he confounded and refuted all their false charges. Third, since Stephen triumphed over his torments, when they could not win over him either in their arguments or in their accusation, they resorted to brutal violence. They dragged him outside the city and stoned him. As they were stoning him, he stood up, prayed for himself, saying, "Lord Jesus, receive my spirit." And then he knelt down and prayed for his persecutors, saying, "Lord, do not hold this sin against them. Lord, do not hold this sin against them." After praying, he gave his spirit. Since Stephen was more manly in his death than his persecutors in their malice and murder. May God bless you through the first martyr St. Stephen, through the bounty of God who is born in the manger as a poor child. May God bless you all.